Hi, and welcome back to Pittman's Pumpkin Patch. It's July 19th, 2012, and here's a quick update. All of the plants that you'll see here are 2 weeks old today, so we do have some progress here. These are Haldens there and there. So they're beginning to get their true leaves, more and more of them, so hopefully they'll continue to grow great and start taking off here real soon. This one here on right there, that one only sprouted up like maybe 5 or 6 days ago. It sprouted up late, but it's already catching up. I'm surprised how fast it's growing. It's already got a small little true leaf and it's already working on a second one. And this one here sprouted up, about almost 2 weeks ago, and you can see how it's only working on its third true leaf, where this one, which like I said is behind, but it's trying to catch up pretty quick, it seems. Nothing sprouted up here. These were seeds that were a year old, and nothing sprouted up there, and the same over there. But I have more seeds coming along, 85 to 90 day varieties. One of them is Racer Plus pumpkins, and they are 14 to 18 pound pumpkins, and short vined, but they have a maturity date of 85 days. And the other one is Champion pumpkins, and they are a medium vine pumpkin variety, and they have a maturity date of 90 days. But the interesting thing about the Champion is that the seed company says that these are 30 plus pound pumpkins, and I'm thinking, wow, to get a 30 pound pumpkin or more than that in 90 days. So those are some fast growing, fast maturing plants and pumpkins. So I still have time. They should be here in the next 2 or 3 days. Those seeds should come in the mail, and I'll get them right into the ground, and I should still have those two varieties if everything goes right. I should have those two varieties ready 5 or 6 days or so before Halloween. So that's cool, and they're big size pumpkins, so good size pumpkins, so I'm happy with that. So I'll be planting those out here and over here, and maybe one here. Here's a Charisma, and so are these other ones over here. They're not doing so great, so if by the time those other seeds come and everything, if they're not showing a lot of progress, then I might just yank these Charismas out here, put a little fresh garden soil down, and then replant with my new seeds. So these are going okay, I guess. That's a little weird. Oh, I keep forgetting to show. Let's see if it's maybe it's already come off. Yeah, well, here was this is one of the Haldens. It ended up actually, when it sprouted out of the ground, it had 3 cotyledon leaves. You can see they're turning yellow. Here's one here, one there, and the third one is right here. And so that was the first time I've ever seen some kind of I don't know if you want to call it a mutation or something. 3 cotyledon leaves instead of the typical 2. That was the first time I've ever seen something like that. So just wanted to point that out real quick. And now I'll just take a quick little tour into the hoop house, where there's some progress. Some things grew, some things didn't. The typical thing. Well, as you can see here and throughout here, and I had only one out of all the seeds I put in here. Remember, this hole had nothing in it, but all these other 3 holes over here had sweet baby, not sweet baby boo, but sugar pie early sweet sugar pie pumpkins, and only one sprouted up, and that's that right there. So it's a little dinky thing. So and these were my jack-o'-lantern mounds, and I had a sprout here and a sprout there, but they weren't really doing anything, and so they were just pulled. And I'll just, like I said, I'll replant with some of those other seeds when they come in. So I'll have some growing outside the hoop house and some inside, and let's see what happens. Like I said, these are jack-o'-lantern, these two right here. So they're working on their third true leaf, both of them. So I guess that's okay. I mean, for only 2 weeks old, I think, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but for 2-week-old plants, these seem to be doing, I think they're on schedule. That's about the size of things. You know, can let me know if I'm right about that or not. Now, these are my more charismas pumpkins right here. As you can see, some are doing better than others. Some are working on their third true leaf. And this one right here seems to be at its healthiest. Now, maybe some of y'all are noticing this little white coloring on the tips of the leaves and everything. I don't think that's anything to be concerned about. I sprayed last night a fungicide, a sulfur-based fungicide, Bonade, I believe. And so I think it also takes care of bugs and stuff as well. So I come back this morning and there's a little bit of white residue on some on the pumpkins. So I think that's just from the spray. So no biggies there. I'm just glad they didn't wilt over and die. So yeah, in fact, because the Bonide is it was a white creamy kind of substance, liquid that you put in the sprayer, so it's no surprise there's a little bit of a white residue left over. So anyhow, this seems to be one of the best growing pumpkins I have in here. You got 1, 2, 3, and now it's working on a 4th leaf, where this one right here is way behind and probably will be pulled so that this one can be maximized. Now this whole 2 charismas both seem to be doing pretty good. This one's working on its 4th leaf, true leaf, and 1, 2, 3. It's working on the 4th true leaf here too. So they seem to all be doing pretty good. Those are charismas, and you can see the difference, I mean, between those, and so those will probably be pulled. They're not gonna, don't appear to be doing too well. Now these 2 holes had nothing in them. And what I did was I had one other hole that had 4 pumpkins growing in them. So I took 2 out of that one hole and put 1 here and 1 there just to see what would happen. You know, to see if they would survive a little quick transplant. And so far, but again, the growth is not very much. So I will probably take those out at some point. Oh, and by the way, these are all Big Max pumpkins here and over there. Okay, and here's another Big Max pumpkin, not doing very well at all. Probably will be yanked shortly. Okay. This Big Max pumpkin, let's clean it up here. You can see it's doing really good. 1, 2, 3. Working on the 4th true leaf, cotyledon leaves down here, baby leaves. So it's doing real nice. You know, ground is moist. Of course, like most people in the country, we're dealing with 100-degree days here for the past few weeks now, and then the humidity factor, you know, heat index 110 to 115 degrees. You know, so like much of the country, we're dealing with this major heat wave. So you topple that with this being in this hoop house, even though I've got it opened up here so that heat can escape a little bit easier. Still gets pretty darn hot in here. Big Macs doing okay, not as good as the other ones. This one looks like it's starting to get a little bit of something going on it, growing a little bit better. And these two Big Macs are going really good too. I have 1, 2. Okay, so it's working on its third one, where this one has 1, 2, 3, and it's starting to get a fourth one, true leaf, going in there. So that looks to be okay. Gave a little bit of water this morning, only like 15 minutes for the drip line, because I gave them about an hour or so yesterday, an hour and 15 yesterday, so that's good. Anyhow, that's pretty much what's going on here in the pumpkin patch. Some progress, and like I said, I believe some of these plants are right on schedule for just being 2 weeks old. You know, from the time I put them in the ground, which was on the 4th of July, till now the 19th of July, I think some of them are doing right on schedule for what they should look like, and so hopefully they'll continue to grow really well. And I'm still trying to salvage a season. I continue to wash my hands in between going from pumpkin plants to tomato plants, or tomato plants to pumpkin plants. Or sometimes I just try to avoid not handling the different plants in the same time frame. Like if I'm going to handle tomato plants, I won't go and deal with the pumpkins that night, and the next night I might deal with pumpkins and not tomatoes. So it all depends, but got to keep your hands washed in between handling different kinds of plants, because like I said, that's what happened to mine, and I'm pretty sure I transmitted that mosaic disease, and whew, it was a killer. I gotta get this grass cut. And it's already getting hot. Sun's gonna be coming up to these trees here shortly. So, alright. And the marigolds seem to be doing very well and keeping out bugs and stuff out of here too. So, we'll see how that continues to do. Alright, so, back over here, got some tomatoes ripening on the vines, and some still waiting. I got one plant that tipped over. He's a little shorty, but he tipped over. I picked off a lot of the tomatoes on there already, so. And bell pepper plants, I picked quite a few of them off, so they're going to be, yeah, you can see all this white residue on the leaves and things. So, yeah, that's from that spray, and that's fine. That's fine. It's not a powdery mildew incident or anything. Okay, look at that. So anyhow, bell pepper plants doing okay. They should be going through their second batch here in the next month or so, where they'll give me some more. Like I said, I already picked them pretty clean. And my basil I've trimmed way back, because they were really healthy, and I just took off a whole lot. And they are already growing back and doing very well too, already filling in, getting very bushy. So, alright, from Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, bye.